Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Please have your cameras on. Archita, I'm making you the co-host. And can you let me know if the ambassador is coming in?
Yes, Naman.
You had a chat with him? Has he confirmed?
Not really.
Okay. No worries, don't worry about that. In case he comes in, before you let him in, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. I think it was last minute, and therefore coordination was the hassle. All of you have your cameras on. And good to see so many familiar faces, especially those who send us daily summaries. All right, so first and foremost, I would want to congratulate a few members of MisFits community who have recently cleared their UPSC mains. I think Daisy, Ritvik, Pragya just gave her interview in Jan. There are quite a few of you who have cleared other kinds of exams also. Grishu got single digit rank in a Uttarakhand PSC. Ananya got a single digit rank in a serious exam. Sahil, are you there? I think Sahil, you also cleared UPSC CAPF. Raise your hand if you are there. Janani, I think, also cleared the CDS, but she is not joining in. So congratulations. Clearing these exams, it's just a means for us misfitters to serve a grander goal in life. It's not the end. We will not, and we will never lose sight of the mission that we have here. But at the same time, we should also pat ourselves on the back on how much we have grown as citizens of this country. That is also important. We should pat ourselves on our back for how much we learned about this country. Its incredible history, marvelous geography, fascinating economy. Any thoughts on the budget? Anyone? Happy, sad? No thoughts on the budget? Anyone from RBI? There are quite a few of you. Don't be don't be scared of me. We'll just talk. Renu, after you.
Yeah, sir. Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
Yeah, great, sir.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Thoughts on the budget?
I think it is like an appeasement to the middle class,
Mhm.
and rather than decreasing the income tax, I think the main thing is GST is the main issue.
Okay.
I think it is more burden on middle class, or I think most of the Indians don't get 12 lakhs or 5 lakhs above.
Mhm.
I think GST is the main issue
Interesting.
rather than.
Prabhat, how is the mood in your office?
Namaste, sir, and namaste, everyone. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Sir, it's all going well for the last 1 month. It has been a very, hectic schedule for me because of the office work and the related, all these things. But yeah, I'm managing to, just take out 3 to 4 hours for, daily studies and all. Sir, regarding the question you asked, I think I won't use the word appeasement for that. I think it is a big relief for middle class.
Mhm.
And that was very much needed because, we all were, I mean, totally burdened under the excessive taxation, and this was really not needed. So
Okay.
I think this is a good way
You're so
to,
naive,
initiate.
Prabhat.
Yeah. Sorry, sir.
You're so naive, Prabhat. Relief to the middle class. Okay. Aditi, your thoughts?
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon to everyone. So this, what people are saying as big relief, the 12 lakh above, which means there will be no income tax or something. What I see is that this comes under the direct tax, and the next move of the government will be that they'll be increasing. They'll be multiplying the taxes on the or they'll be increasing the amount of indirect taxes. So what seems as a relief on one side will become a burden on the other side. And then there are people who are saying that it is more inclined towards one state, that is Bihar. So I have some of my relatives living in Bihar. I don't see it as that it is only inclined towards Bihar, but I see that if there is one Indian state which is still lagging behind after 75 years, so it is not wrong to do measures for its upliftment. That is what I think.
Exactly. Sounds good. Okay. Interesting observations. Amitos, after you.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. So just two things. One is basically the reduction in the tax is basically recognition of the fact that consumption is down.
Mhm.
And I think it's a good first step, but I don't think that it will be enough because not many people fall under in that bracket. Second, I think the recognition that we are not able to generate employment in the economy is missing, and that is one of the structural issue. And one other thing that I felt was like just the absence of focus on agriculture. I didn't hear anything substantial on
Okay.
that part. So
Okay.
just
Good. See, honestly, I've not read through it in detail, but basis what you are saying, basis the preliminary readings, I think this was a nonsense budget. Very controversial statement. Think about this. Less than 0.5% of Indians will now pay direct taxes. And this is concerning. Say in countries, they broaden the tax base of direct taxes. They rationalize those taxes. They don't give out freebies. Because when you do that, you will not hold the government accountable. Why? Because then you will go on to become a subject, not a citizen. In sane, forward-looking countries, governments, they broaden the tax base. They rationalize the direct taxes. Why? Because when more people contribute, governance, it becomes a collective responsibility. What does it mean to be a citizen? It's not just about having rights. It's also about responsibilities. Responsibilities to ask tough questions from the government. You will not feel engaged. This 0.5% paying direct taxes. And I'm repeating direct taxes because, again, others will pay taxes in other forms. I'll talk about that. When you don't pay taxes, why would you care about how they spend it? They can do anything that they like. You may think it's not my money. I don't pay direct tax. That's how you become a subject, not a citizen. And that is exactly what governments want. The ideal citizen is someone who is a subject, cannot think rationally, cannot ask questions. They don't even have the need to ask questions. In monarchies, dictatorships, you have subjects, not citizens. In monarchies and dictatorships, you will also have less direct taxes. When majority does not pay taxes, they have zero incentives to hold the government accountable for how it spends that money. You have subjects who will ask for more, and more. Just 0.5% people left out before the bill. What will they do? The beauty of modern world is it's globalized. You will fly to countries that may treat them better. You will not just see brain drain, you will also see investment drain, capital flight. It's all coming. Go back to the MisFits episodes. Those are foundational episodes. You can predict future based on those episodes. But lengthy discussions on those episodes. Whatever we discussed, a year later, governments do it. So whatever we may discuss today, you will see the future. In just a few years, you will see a fiscal crisis because of this very tax policy. Government will borrow excessively, inflation will skyrocket, and poor will be, they will be the hardest hit. Please understand, government is just giving you illusion that you're not being taxed. Okay? Relief, no relief. Inflation itself is a tax. It's a silent tax, a brutal tax. Your bills from restaurant, fuel stations, Amazon, high component of GST. Indirect taxes, reliance on it, not a good thing.
Yeah.
Poorest and the middle class, they will be hit the hardest with those indirect taxes. And rich will pay less proportional tax. They save more, they invest more, they invest elsewhere. India's GST 28% in some categories. It's among the steepest globally. Essential items in India are taxed 5%, 12%, 18%, all indirect taxes. GST on mobile phones, essential electronic goods. Look at the number. You need digital inclusion. Pick any data from US even today. Fuel taxes are around 18, 20% of the price. In India, it's more than 50%. Fuel, such a vital commodity in your supply chain. No matter which industry you are in, you will be impacted. So please do not think that you're not paying taxes. Government will do anything, it will do everything in power to make you subjects, not citizens. And you must understand that. Why? Because when you do not pay, or at least if you have that illusion that you're not paying, 99.5% have that illusion now, you will not question. A true citizen has both rights and responsibilities. They contribute to governance through taxes, and then they demand accountability in return. If MisFits was free of cost, I was giving everything free of cost to you, free. I'm not accountable to you. How can you hold me accountable? So it's a travesty that we are moving towards a governance where taxation structure is shifting from direct to indirect taxes. Something very dangerous. Because now you will lose moral grounds. At least some of you will lose moral ground to question governments. It's a psychological trick. You will see that money is not getting deducted from your paycheck. You will believe that you're not being taxed, but in reality, you will end up paying more than ever. A country where everyone pays tax, that's a broader tax base, where everyone pays tax, whatever kind that is. They feel the pain, then they will ask questions. Where is my money going? They will vote for efficient policies. They will demand transparency. But in a country where less than 0.5% they pay direct taxes, will they ask questions? They have zero incentives to question the government. That is exactly what you want if you were the prime minister. This is how it works, how to convert a citizen to a subject. First, you remove direct taxes. Then government will take away your ability to own private wealth. High taxes and investments, restrictions on savings. restrictions on speaking freely, social media regulation, censorship. Digital broadcasting bill, innumerable paid rules. There will be restrictions on moving capital freely. There will be weak institutions. This happens across the world. It happened in Russia, happened in Venezuela, happens in Saudi Arabia. History has shown us this, tax manipulation is a phenomenal tool to weaken citizenship. Don't become a passive population. Become an active citizen. Do not become a subject. Become a citizen. In Saudi Arabia, no income tax on individuals. State funds everything through oil revenues. People rely on governments. What's the reality? Power runs in one family, can do anything. Mohammed bin Salman can do anything. Monarchy rules without any democratic accountability. Same situation in many parts of the Gulf. You will have no bargaining power. Hitler also never taxed those citizens directly. He imposed hidden taxes on businesses, inflation. Working class is the easiest to fool. But over time, you will see from food to housing, everything drained out. We should aim for broadened tax base. I know, I understand it's a bad political move. People will say, how can you talk about taxing 1% of my wealth? But with that comes in your responsibility to question, where is my money going? Direct taxes are important. Indirect taxes could be concerning. Again, I've not read through the detailed pages, but this is at least a broader trend that we can see and observe. Thoughts, anyone, up until now? What's happening? Observations? How is the mood in family? Yes, Patricia?
Hello, sir. Sir, you were telling right now that we should be broadening our tax base.
Yeah.
So, according to me, indirect taxes, wouldn't they be also a tool by which we are trying to broaden the taxes? Because every goods and services, everybody would be paying for it. So, why
Fantastic
do you
question.
say
Fantastic question.
dangerous?
Anyone who has gone through economic episodes will explain, give me the answer. But this is a very good question. Anyone? Surki?
So I recall the episode of Ambani ji's driver. So when Ambani ji goes to a supermarket, let's say to buy some chocolates for his grandson, and then again his driver also goes and buys something for his grandson, let's say the same chocolate. So here we see the differences in earning of both the person, even though their earnings are very different, but here they pay the same amount of tax for buying that. So it does not promote equity. And it is an example of regressive taxation rather than progressive taxation.
Yeah, I think in the world of taxation, talk about regressive taxation. Beautiful, Surki. For your daily needs, daily expenses, critical items, you will pay same tax. So what Ambani ji will pay. We should not create a scenario where, with the entire burden is upon the rich or the poor. It has to be fair. But most importantly, my concern is not that. My concern is, are we becoming subjects or citizens? Because citizens, they ask rational questions. If citizens are made to believe that directly they do not pay taxes, they will never hold the government accountable. And the beauty of this statement is, the statement is lifted off from Economic Survey of India. Not of this year, but I think when Arvind Subramanian was the chief economic advisor, he wrote a survey. There was correlation between this. Democracy and the percentage of people who pay direct taxes. Any thoughts, anyone? If you are again citizens of India, you can be rational. Ask me questions. Because now the mood is pretty, it's as if, we have achieved something remarkable. But reality is different. It's just an illusion. The allegory of caves, all the Platos in town. In fact, in PSIR, we had an episode where citizens from Nordic countries, they're so happy paying taxes. And then we discussed that at length. Have your cameras on if you want to ask questions. Pritam?
Sir, when we are discussing on this topic, this reminds me of a video that you had shown of Baba Sahib Ambedkar, where he said, like, if the collective conscience of the citizenry is going down, then democracy won't thrive for much longer. So, the way I see it here, it's like our collective conscience is going down. So, I think that's why government is also kind of promoting indirect tax. Is it a right hypothesis?
See, the point is it's not binary. That a consciousness is going down or up. It's always in the process. As long as we have free, independent media, as long as we do not have random ED raids in India, people will acquire the consciousness. But if we have 159th number in our press freedom index, that is concerning. It is a shame that Vice President of India, I think yesterday or today, casually remarking that stampede happened, but look at how it was managed. 21st century India, that's how people are dying. Stampede in Mahakumbh. And jahan se kids are getting burned in ICU. But then what will media ask? What kind of questions is media asking? How do you eat a mango? So it is very true that media is the fourth and perhaps the most important pillar of any sane democracy. And that is why, see, whosoever is controlling media, they're ruling the world. Elon Musk has control over media now. Why was Bezos invited in that presidential inauguration? Washington Post. Look at Rajya Sabha MPs in India. Many may come from media background. Gandhiji also started his newspaper, right? At least he was the editor of it. So it's not a binary consciousness thing. As long as we have independent, at least some independent folks, and then they have the support of citizenry, they're not being bashed for their views, things will change for the better in this country. It is a service to our country if we can be critical to the government. Otherwise, who will take that role? Only when you're criticized, you will improve. Collectively, our purpose is what? To ensure that India thrives, our country thrives. Not Kejriwal thrives or Modi ji thrive. So I think this bashing of folks just because of their certain views should end. It's a shame, every policy debate, every discussion is around, that someone is funded by George Soros or so ever. Kaushik?
Hello, sir. Hope I'm audible. I had a doubt. I'm not good with numbers. I don't know what was the tax slab for lower incomes before, and I don't know what the exact inflation rate is right now. But uh, shouldn't we eventually start removing tax slabs when we have growing inflation year on year?
Start removing what?
Tax slabs for the lower incomes eventually, because they lose purchasing power as inflation takes on, right? So the lower incomes, to have the purchasing power, we should remove the tax slabs, right? That, and the other point I had was a small percentage used to pay direct tax. It is smaller now with the new tax slabs. But people who pay indirect tax should also have the same voice, or because it's a larger base.
Everyone pays
Maybe
indirect tax. Okay, that's the
yes,
beauty.
sir. Yes. So now at least uh, let's maybe it is one way for, maybe this is one opportunity to make everyone realize that, see, even if you're not paying taxes now, whoever is not going to pay tax who comes in the lower slab, they might say that, oh, I'm not paying direct tax. Do I have lesser power? No. So I'll still speak. And they'll try to exercise it and they'll speak of it. And people who don't pay direct tax and only pay indirect tax, they'll also realize that, okay, irrespective of my direct tax, I can still question. And this awareness and realization will broaden. These 2 points I wanted to know.
One thing is clear that
The first one is a question.
Okay, good question. The first thing is that those 0.5 folks who are paying direct taxes, or at least the upper echelons, they will change their tax residencies. They may go to Uruguay, for example, 7% flat tax. Why pay tax in India? They may change their residency to Dubai or Singapore. Many have done this, many are doing it, and they will do it. That's the beauty of globalized world. Wherever they are treated better, that's where they will go. And who are these folks? They are the ones who brought in the investments. They're the ones creating jobs for the economy. But all of that is fine. In terms of tax slabs, it should be there. Because direct taxes, it's progressive in nature. Once you earn more, you pay more. That's fine. Indirect, by its very concept, regressive in nature. Because everyone is paying the same price. And there are detailed 3 hours lessons in economics. Will not want to repeat it. Good question, but do go through those episodes on economics, on taxations. So to answer your question, those slabs should be there. But my point is much more controversial. My point is there should be broadening of tax base for direct taxes. 100% of India should pay direct tax. That is how they will hold government accountable. Of course, the number could be minuscule. Even if you pay 100 rupees a tax, that's fine. But pay that tax. Because then you will have that feeling, I paid some money. What am I getting in return? Why are our politicians there traveling private jets? That feeling itself, it's my money that you're using. That is needed. Sunny Deol, just look at his attendance in the parliament. Last year, when he was in his last term, one of our videos went viral. A reporter asked him that, you just asked one question in your entire tenure. You never went to Gurdaspur, your constituency. He said, politics is not for me. It took him 5 years to realize that. But he was getting 2 lakh per month on monthly basis from us. He had those VIP train tickets. He had priority access in the airports. Why? Why did we pay? I know it's a controversial statement. Many will hate me for saying this. Who likes to pay tax, right? But I am talking about broadening the tax base. That's a smart move. Sane countries focus on that. Now, all of you unraise your hands. This is a never-ending debate. But good questions. I'm happy to see good questions being thrown at me. In the next few minutes, my goal is to have you ready for the prelims examination this year. We need to be at the center of power. Today, we are learning about the world, about India, but we can bring forth large changes once we're acquiring those positions of power. And people like you, when they want to occupy important positions, that's when change will happen, slowly and steadily. So our goal is to ensure that whosoever is attending this meeting, they go on to occupy that position. That's the goal. Okay. Now, how many of you are the veterans? I'm seeing you, and I've seen you multiple times, be it in GS, be it in PSIR. Raise your hands. You're still keen to waste your Sundays to meet us again. Should take a break from me. Janani, how was the meetup? Tell me more about it. That was a good surprise for us. Monica was also there, right?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to see you all after a long time. Yes, sir. Actually, I just pitched the idea to Monica Akka saying that why can't we have a meetup that too on a Republic Day? So she was okay. So, and then it was a very sudden meetup. We just planned it like in 2 to 3 days. I just texted a few people whom I thought stayed in Hyderabad. But I'm also sorry because I didn't knew so many people actually were there in Hyderabad, so I couldn't reach out to many. So I hope so in future, we will be planning a larger meetup, having so many people in. But the meetup was really great. It was so nice to have conversations that we used to have in the class as well. So I felt that despite of us coming from varied background of different age group and all of that, everybody had that component of misfit in us, and that's what made us unique in the community as well. I mean, to be a part of this community as well. So it was great, and we did see the influence that you had in us in our conversations. So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Venkat is also here. I think he sent in a very interesting email.
Actually, there was a confusion between the name. It was Monica. I accidentally, I think she would be remembering me for entire lifetime, I suppose. But yeah, it was very good catch up with all the misfitters. We had a good lunch. We discussed broad range of topics, except UPSC, to be frank.
That's good.
It was a nice interaction after a long time.
Okay, very nice. I'm just browsing through the screen to just see who are the veterans. Okay, so Myra, Sahil, Monica, Janani, keep your hands raised. Okay, Venkat, you also have your hand raised. Tabish, have your hand raised. Now, all the others, please have your hands unraised. We'll come to you. Now, how many of you are the new folks? Newbies in the community. Okay. Let's start with, okay, so we have Raja, Savin, Kalyani, Shubham, Ananya, Anushka. Okay. So, Monica, please say a few words to welcome the new folks. Any message for them? Any do's, any don'ts? And as in when they proceed in the journey.
Okay, hi everybody. I think we are senior batch of Misfits now, but everybody are equals here, and this is going to be a very different journey. I can only tell my experience of it, coming from a background where I had no idea of UPSC or anything in the vicinity. I just came across Misfits, and my choice was very right. Had it not been for Misfits, I think within 1 or 2 months, I would have just discontinued with the journey. So the do's would be just hold on. I'm sure within a month you will get really acclimatized to the new way of learning, and you will start enjoying your journey. And you will also know that it is not just about UPSC, it is way beyond. It is a life learning, and it will stay throughout your life. That is a very big essential message, I would say. It's a very well-rounded, all-rounded journey, and I have experienced that from personality development, perspectives, behavior, communication. Everything will change if you hold on to the process. And Naman is always there. He's always there at he stands by his word. I would really like to say that his responses, the way he deals with students is really good. You guys will really like it. And I am going to write my 2025 prelims, and I'm preparing for that. So hopefully, yes, I'm confident. I'm only confident because of Misfits. Let me tell you that. So yeah, this is what I would really like to say.
Okay, good. Thank you. And she's lying, I'm not always there. I'll try to be there, but there are delays, many hours, many days. Many times I skip reading the emails, but I try my best to be there. So yeah, thank you so much, Monica. Venkat, your words, your thoughts to the new folks. Welcome them in your style.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. I'm just framing the sentences suddenly.
Oh, I forgot to tell one thing. 2 of the Misfitters, they got married. Yeah. I will take the permission to announce. I don't have the permission yet, but I was very happy to see a written email from their end. Go on, Venkat.
Okay, hearty congratulations for the 2 misfitters who got just married firstly. So, warm welcome to the new folks who are joining this beautiful community. I would not rather call this as a kind of a standard, a learning kind of a approach here. What you are doing or what you will be through this journey, it would be an enriching experience for you all. So don't just think UPSC is as your final goal, that you are just randomly joined as some kind of an institute or organization here to do something or to learn certain concepts. But here you'll understand the things in detail, how the world works, especially how this beautiful republic works. Think from this perspective, always correlate with the things or your surroundings. That's how you get or that's how you grasp the more concepts more in detail. So as I said, the UPSC is your goal. There is no doubt onto it. That should be your primary goal. But this is more than this is more than just an UPSC where you're applying these concepts even when you even qualify to the UPSC. That should be your goal, not just clearing this exam.
All right. Great, Venkat. And it was wonderful. It's always wonderful to read your one person who has been consistent for past so many hundreds of days is Venkat in his daily summaries. So I want to appreciate that. Tabish, seeing you for a very long time, as always.
Good afternoon, sir. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. My, opinion about Misfits, and as a senior, somebody who has joined Misfits earlier, I do not have much to say. But I would just say that, when I had joined this, I actually had gone through the write-ups of the Misfits website, and Sir had written there that it is truly going to be an immersive experience. after having about spent 1.5 years, I can truly say that there is no doubt about the fact that this journey is indeed going to be an immersive and a transformational journey for all of you who have joined it. Be it the debates about reservation or taxation, all I can say is, if you have joined this, don't just do it for the sake of UPSC, as we just discussed before some time. I mean, before some minutes, that this journey will actually help you become active and participative citizens of this country, which I think is much more important than the specific and the minuscule goal of only preparing for prelims or mains. So that I think is very important. This journey as a whole will train you to be a very good citizen. And I had said this while the GS lectures were finishing, that a good teacher is not he who teaches you everything or somebody who tells you all the answers, but somebody who actually trains you to ask good questions. So here I think when you do your journey with MisFits, you actually inculcate this habit of questioning things, which is knowing the whys of things. So today, if you ask me how well I am with history, I cannot give you the guarantee that all the questions that I come across are going to be good. But I don't hate history for that. Same with geography, same with polity, and same with economy. So this entire journey to help you fall in love with subjects and actually understand why were these created and how does this help you in becoming the active citizens of this country is what is important for all of us when we go through this journey. So that's it. I know it has been quite a monologue, but fine.
Okay, good.
It all came from.
Great. Of course, Sabish spoke a lot of sense, but yes, and I agree. It's a grander purpose, but in the short term, to snatch a rank. That's our objective metric. No matter what, that's the goal that should unite us for now. Longer run, of course, many things to achieve. I totally forgot. Tanmay is also here. Tanmay, are you still there? Tanmay has been part of MisFits for a long time. This video is off still.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi, Tanmay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Amazing. Very happy as always.
Okay, good. And any words of wisdom, advice to the newcomers?
Just one, like, try to enjoy the process. In our entire journey, we get too much stressed about how we'll complete the syllabus. We are anxious whether this will happen or not. But chase two things: happiness and wisdom. And I think rest is in God's hand.
And most importantly, take care of your health.
But my health was good. It was a damn mosquito. We cannot do anything.
Okay, hopefully next time things will work out. So Tanmay went in to write mains examination, but unfortunately, certain events happened. Could not write. But that's one story. The one thing that I admire about Tanmay is how he recovered from it. There are many, who will just give up. So hopefully this time will be different. Okay, good. Now, think anyone else who would want to welcome? Myra, let's hear from you. And then we'll talk to the newcomers.
Sir, I think everybody else has done a great job, but I would say that something that you said in the beginning when we were like the newbies is that you are lucky because you stumbled upon a very like this particular YouTube video of Naman sir at the right time, and in the coming years you would definitely love that you did this. Uh, exactly what others say, that just try to enjoy the videos because each episode is like what we like to say is a Netflix episode. So just try to enjoy each of the episodes, and I would say begin with history, because with history is what we did was the pace was very slow, and the way we understood history is something very nice. So begin with history, that's what I would say, and then you can follow up. And exactly, this community is a great support. So you are in the right hands. This is what I can say.
Okay, good. Now, all the others, all the senior folks, please raise your hands. Would want to talk to those who recently joined in. let's start with Soumya. Introduce yourself and yeah, how has it been for you so far?
Hello everyone. Hello Naman sir. Good afternoon. Myself Soumya, as you introduced. It's been 10 days since I am regularly going through the episodes. Managing it with regular college classes is getting a little difficult, but still it's manageable. So I'm trying to cope up with it. And the thing which I have loved about these episodes are it's not like the teacher is coming and blabbering something and then we'll have to learn it at before coming to the next class. It actually feels like an experience more than just a lecture or a class, and it also gives us time to think. In normal classes, students don't usually get the time to think, and it is the most of the times it's only the teacher and his views. So it's good that it's a two-way interaction kind of thing in Misfits. I like it.
Okay, good. We'll save those tough questions for the later. But yeah, good. Glad to have you in the community and good job on the daily summaries. Sanjeev, you've been an old folk now. I mean, you've been part of Misfits for a long time.
Hi, sir. I joined in the last season of the PSIR course. So yeah, I mean, it was a little over a month ago. I still count myself as one of the newer members.
Okay, how is it going for you in GS?
It's going pretty good. I have been doing it consistently through the week, but consistently on a daily basis has been a challenge. Because I'm working full time, and taking like a couple of hours out every day along with outside work hours is something that's new to me. But I have improved over the last 1 month in managing that time. So I think it's going in a positive direction.
Yeah, good. Consistency is critical. I've said this time and again. It doesn't matter if you study 15 hours a day and 0 hours next day. It's nonsense. 4 hours daily, consistently for over a year. No holidays. That is important. Consistency in anything, everything that you do. Start something, wrap it up, finish it. Madhurip, off to you. And where are you from, by the way?
Hi everyone. So I'm from HYD, Hyderabad, sir, Telangana.
Okay, nice.
So I started this journey from past 10 days. I am actually preaching everyone preamble. I mean, I'm reading it from 5-6 times every day so that I don't forget it. This is so scary.
Tell us the preamble. We're
Should
testing
I
you now.
say the preamble?
Yeah. No
Wait
cheating.
a minute. Okay, sir. The people of India have solemnly resolved to constitute India into a socialistic, secular, sovereign, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice of social, economical, and political equality of opportunity. Liberty of thought, expression.
First and foremost, I want to, big huge round of applause for Madhurip. 200 folks, and he's doing a good job. Anyone would get stressed. And how has it been for you in terms of the past 10 days? What all have you wrapped up?
It was fun, sir. It was fun. I mean, I'm actually enjoying the process, and I'm teaching everything what I learned to my friends, so that I too remember what is happening. And before, I actually learned a concept called culture versus civilization. Before actually looking it up, I had a discussion with my friend. I mean, before learning it.
Okay.
The similar way what we do in the classes.
Good. Glad to have you in the community, and of course, we'll. And Soumya, where are you from? Madhurip is from Hyderabad. Where are you from?
I'm from Ranchi.
Ranchi. Have you met Dhoni? How often does he?
No,
No?
he lives there, but he doesn't come out of his house.
Okay. Prashasti, after you.
Hello everyone. Hello sir. Sir, I am myself Prithvi from Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and I've been following the recorded classes since last 10 days, and I'm enjoying it. I've been studying CS from last, I think I've cleared my state exam, so since then I've been studying it. I gave UPSC attempt, but I failed on that because I studied like I used to study for like continuous and then I'll leave it. I don't revise it. So I like now from this classes I've learned that there are more interconnected things that I have to study in so I don't forget it because the concept I studied in individual times so that is more not clear and you need to revise it more to remember it. Now I don't have to remember it because I understand it in a wholesome perspective. So I'm enjoying the process.
Okay. That's good. First and foremost, step one to fall in love with whatever you're doing. So good job on that. Rani, what about you?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah,
Where are you from?
yeah. Sir, right now I'm in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Actually, I'm in my final year of BTech. So, I sent a mail also. I had a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, talking about the journey, it has been really great. I mean, it is different from the traditional way of teaching, asking the right kind of questions and all of those. It's been very wonderful. And apart from that, sir, I had two questions.
Mm-hmm.
The first one being like I mentioned, I'm in my final year of BTech. So, like, what's your take on like, should I take up a job
Yeah.
after this?
I'll talk about all this today. That's the plan. So don't worry about it. I'll address those questions right now. In the next 5 minutes, probably. Okay. And what's the second question?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And apart from this, I think the second question is, in the initial orientation session that we had, so you talked about going with like one subject on one day and then the next one, right? Like
Yes.
all, yeah. So, I mean, are you like, I understand, like, are you sure about this approach? Because
I'm 100% sure about your approach.
okay, sir. Because the yeah, I understand like what you're saying. Because I'm also asking this question. The episodes that we are going through in the lecture, there I think a different approach has been taken.
Okay.
People were completing one subject and then
Yeah.
moving on to the next one. Yeah, so that's why I had this doubt, and it's a little like different approach. So yeah.
Let me repeat that approach. 100% sure about that. Uh, Monday study history or whatever subject, Tuesday a different one, Wednesday another one, Thursday another one, and then keep on repeating it. But history, geography, economy, polity, wrap it up in tandem. What will happen otherwise is 2 months you study history, and then you pick up polity. By the time you're done with polity, you're forgetting history. Okay. Of course, this is based on whatever we have learned and realized. Of course, we're also improving in the process. So I'm 100% sure about that approach. That's how you should go ahead with it. Hold on to it. I will take and address your prelims oriented questions in time. Pratik, after you, where are you from?
I'm from Tier 2 city right now, from Pune.
Pune?
Yeah,
Okay.
from Solapur actually, but
Okay.
it is Tier 3 city as you said last time. So, Naman sir, today is my 73rd day while I joined the MisFits. I'm entirely loving more than my girlfriend in the polity. Okay. So,
Can you repeat this
apart from
last line? I didn't get it. What? You're loving what?
More to the politics than my girlfriend. Okay. So now talking about the my total journey, it was very great. Polity is awesome for me along with the geography, but history, some of the topics I'm just not getting it very well. Means I'm just forgetting that things, and I am continuously doing the 2 lectures per day, but did not get time to revise those lectures. So that is my concern as I am a corporate worker. So it would take me 8 hours to complete the 2 lectures. I know my speed is very slow, but I am regularly sending in the uh, daily decifier. And I had sent one mail regarding how my India is drowning. So maybe you're aware about that. So that's the real condition which is happening around me. But as far as concern my journey here, it's very good. Awesome.
Okay. Good. Good job. So don't worry about, don't think, that you have to go aggressive for now. The plan is that you wrap up those foundational episodes at least once. And after that, you can then rely on MCQs for prelims, PYQs for your mains. I will talk about it in next 5-10 minutes. All right. All the others, we're glad to have you. Just randomly calling out the names, and we'll, of course, connect again. Today's networking is a little different because we may not have those breakout rooms. So there will be detailed Q&A because we're meeting at a very interesting time. How many days are left for your prelims in 2025? Anyone who's impressed with those numbers? Safikul?
Yes, sir. It is 112 minutes.
100 and what?
12.
Okay, 112. Good. First, all of you unraise your hands. Don't want this any confusion. See, today's networking of nights and days, it comes at a very interesting time because now is the perfect time when most of you would want to postpone your plans to write your examination. And you all will have some very, very valid excuses also. I'm not done with my optional. What else? I haven't studied well this time around. Tell me about excuses that you may have for not appearing this year. I started late. That's covered. What else? Sanjeev?
I'm sorry if that's covered already because I did have that exact excuse that I started late.
Okay. So 3 are done. What else? I want more excuses from you. But this is the reason why I will not appear this year. Blurt it out. Anyone or all? This is for those who are eligible to write, not that you don't have the age or you don't have the degree. To all those who are eligible to write, but they will not write the examination because they have certain excuses. Sahil, what's your excuse?
Doing my preparations last year, it was I hadn't prepared well, so I was afraid that even if I prepare for prelims and I clear, I won't be able to get into mains. So this is something I can think of.
Okay, this is another very
Which
interesting
happened to
question.
me.
What will happen to me if I clear prelims? Prelims is just a qualifying paper. Shantanu, what's your excuse?
Sir, I'm benched in my company.
So that's a reason to appear.
That financial thing will get affected, sir. And I cannot afford losing those monetary numbers in my account.
Okay. Ranbir?
I think consistency, revising, not able to revise, probably 3 to 4
But
times.
that's doable. That's
You
doable.
get Yeah, but it makes you very anxious
Not a
at the
good
end.
excuse. I want good excuses. Muskan? Am I audible? Yes, no? Okay. Nikita, tell me good excuse to not appear this year.
So I feel like I'm not able to form conjecture and I'm not consistent. I did not study current affairs, so I feel like maybe I'll not clear and in mains I will fumble because I have to give one exam in
Okay.
June, so I'll get less time.
So many excuses you have. What's the point of appearing if you will fail in mains? Muskan, can we hear you now?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good afternoon. Well, it's not an excuse that will stop me from appearing, but I'm really worried about the paper, the language paper,
Language
Hindi,
paper.
because yeah,
Okay.
I'm very worried about qualifying
No,
because,
that's
yeah.
solvable. We'll think about it.
Mhm.
See, prelims is sorted, mains is sorted, language paper. I'm just looking at the creativity of human mind. Pratik?
I did not even touch Naman sir, PSIR optional subject. It's just
Okay.
73 days right now.
Okay. All right. Let me discuss a few things which are, the usual excuses, and then we'll see if you have more excuses thereafter. In the meantime, think about more excuses. Take 30 seconds, and then we'll talk. Okay. Ashwarya Lakshmi, what's your excuse?
Hello, sir. One major, it's not an excuse. I'm in a dilemma actually, is to whether I should consider going for higher studies or whether I should devote myself to preparation right now. And the second one is actually the prelims exam is coinciding in a very hectic juncture in my life because I have my master's thesis due at the same time. So it's
Which,
going to be very.
so what's your confusion in terms of which higher degree that you have an option of?
I'm currently doing my master's in engineering. So I have applied to a few schools for the PhD because I'm good in research and I have done a few internships which
Okay.
will land me the PhD position.
Okay, fair enough. See, one thing is clear that human mind is very creative. And whenever we have a hard task at hand, we may avoid it or we may want to find out an easier route. And none of that is your fault. But I have just one request from each one of you. Please do not make UPSC a 5-year plan. Do not keep on postponing your plans. You will never be ready for the entire cycle ever. take one step at a time. If you're eligible to write the examination in 2025, please, please, please do not postpone it. Even if you have zero foundations, still 100 days are more than enough to sail through the examination. You do not just have 112 days today. You have 112 days for your prelims. And then you will have a couple of months for your mains. And then again, a couple of months for your interviews. It is in cycles. If you may postpone it to next year, who knows what will happen next year or next to next year. So if you're eligible, please get rid of your excuses now. So we'll tackle each of these excuses now. When's the last date for to fill your prelims form? I don't know the date. Anyone who can tell me? Myra?
So it's 11th of Feb.
Okay, and how many of you have not filled the form? Want to fill the form, but haven't filled the form and you're eligible? So many of you, why delay? Why the delay? See, it is the government, it's such a unique government. When you go on to file taxes, websites may crash. It happens even today. So do not, leave things until the last minute. Anxieties will kick in. You may fumble, you may not be able to, secure certain documents. So do not delay it further. But one reason why majority of you are not filling in your, forms could be because of, the options that UPSC has given this time around, right? Anyone who is facing that issue? Deepak, what's the reason to not fill in the form?
So this time there was lot of questions like detailed application form related information, and they also asked achievements, etc., etc. I had seen some YouTube videos where they are filling in like they have attended Model UN or Parliament and some extraordinary achievements. Compared to them, I have zero all those extracurricular activities except cracking some engineering like startup interview and then getting a job. So I don't know what to fill in those sections is what holding me back.
Okay. Say first and foremost, you have to be honest with whatever you're doing. And filling in things right now does not mean that you will ruin your interview. Because over span of 1 year, you will also, learn new hobbies, learn new skills. And you can say that out loud in your interviews. Nothing wrong with it. You can say that, just 1 year, I started practicing magic. I learned how to do magic. If nothing else, you can write about that you love watching movies, foreign films, if you're aiming to be in the IFS. Okay, so interview would be my expertise. I will take care of all those things, but be as honest as possible in terms of if you can justify things. Even if you have no hobbies, think harder, think like an expert, and see. So be as honest as possible, and of course we'll maneuver a few things. We'll tell you how to introduce yourself so that the purpose of the interview is not even an interview; it's personality test. That's what they term it. And we'll prepare you in a way when the time comes that you're guiding the interviewer to ask you certain questions. That will happen. So all those things should not bother you right now. One of the most important thing that you will fill in the draft would be, I think, your optional paper. Okay. My assumption is all of you have clarity in terms of your optional paper. Is there anyone who is still confused? Optional paper is very, very, very important. please understand it's not just 500 marks. If you're taking sociology, PSIR, history, technically, they go on to be over 1000 marks. In PSIR, for example, paper 1, world history, Indian history, thinkers, overlaps with your paper 1. Paper 2 entirely overlaps. Paper 3 overlaps immensely. Security issues, economic policies, international institutions. Paper 4 also overlaps. Gandhi, Marx, Plato. Not just that, even in your interviews, there will be a segment around your optional papers. So choose it wisely, whichever you are choosing. Many may not write the examination thinking that I'm not prepared for mains. Don't worry about it. Focus should be on clearing prelims. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But for now, get done with your optional. And I can assure you, wrapping up optional in 50 days after your prelims is possible if you can dedicate 6 to 7 hours per day, to an extent that you're scoring above 300 in the optional. At least for PSIR, it is possible. And same story for sociology and other subjects. You just have to engineer the way you prepare for it. Focus on what's important and discard the nonsense. There is so much nonsense prevailing. Many folks will waste their time, commuting to test centers for their mocks in just 2 months. So if you can efficiently use your time, it is very much possible to score above 300, even if you have not chosen your optional yet. But as long as you're willing to dedicate 6 to 7 hours on daily basis after you're done with your prelims, and that is what you should do. Focus on your optional paper, focus on essay, focus on ethics. Paper 1, 2, 3, almost everyone will get similar score as long as you are completing your papers. So if you are struggling, which optional to take, raise your hand. We'll talk about it for the next 5-10 minutes. 5 minutes. Yes, Batisha.
Hello, sir. Sir, actually, right now I am an assistant professor and I'm pursuing in the field of agriculture, like BSc agriculture, then MSc agriculture, and right now I'm an assistant professor. So I have been very much, in relation with the subject, I can say, like I have a strong correlation with the subject. And as far as I have seen the previous year questions also, I feel like I can at least handle the paper 1. With paper 2, I would need some sort of preparation. But still, some of the people, they still say that agriculture is not that mark fetching and sort of those things. And I'm not sure, should I take
No.
the
All of that
GS
is
paper?
nonsense. That's fine. If you've been an assistant professor in that specific subject, you've studied for so many years, take it up. You should have faith in yourself, not random nonsense prevailing elsewhere. Your goal should be to perform the best in your paper. Okay? You should be amongst the top folks in that paper. So with you, it's sorted. Good situation. And agri is a good option. So do not spend a single minute debating which option to take in your case. Natasha. Diksha.
Sir, can I speak in Hindi?
The thing is, there are many from southern part of India. They may not understand or comprehend.
Okay, sir. My optional is commerce and accountancy. So could you please guide me? How can I enhance my answers in that? Put some extra efforts.
Let me just check. Is Pawan here? Because Pawan also had. Pawan is here, right? Pawan, do you want to talk about it? This was your optional as well, right? In your mains?
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. So,
Have your
I
camera on. Want to see you?
sorry, I mean yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think clear. So hi. Commerce and accountancy optional has this I mean capping in terms of scores. I think hardly these days we are getting 270s max, unlike PSIR and anthropology and sociology. But I think if you have CA background, I think you can choose commerce, because the first paper is very easy. Second paper, I think we have to put some more efforts, and maybe a proper coaching may be required, if you, or maybe reading from best authors in the market. So that's the thing. So if you have already prepared at this point of time, you can continue with it. Else, I mean, I was earlier, I was just thinking of changing my optional to PSIR because of the capping of the score here in optional. Yeah.
What was your score in mains?
My main score is roughly 600 plus, sir. I mean,
No,
my
for your optional.
optional was 195, sir. So it's too bad. So the first optional I have, I mean, first optional was terrible. I have the capability score, but somehow I could not be able to do it.
Yeah. So Diksha, what's your background? What have you done?
CA. Till
CA.
CA inter, but I dropped it. Didn't want to pursue it further.
Why?
I don't know, sir. I'm just not able to find out what I want to do in my life. What
So
is
you didn't
my
find it
purpose?
interesting?
Now I find CA knowledgeable, not perfectly interesting. What I want to do it for whole
Then
of my life.
don't
No.
opt for it, because you'll be competing with CAs. The thing is that can you beat
pretty
them?
decent in CA, also pretty decent knowledge. I can read newspapers, and also I think I will be able to manage. Just wanted some insights that how to improve my answers.
Okay.
Moreover, sir, what were you asking? Asking about excuses. So my perfect excuse every time is I'm not finding the purpose of my life. That something that I want to do whole of my life. I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm born to do IAS or IFS something.
Okay. That's a good question. And the reason is many may ask you, what's your long-term goal, mid-term goal? All of that is nonsense. Focus on short-term for now. Short-term, clear prelims. No, before that, short-term, fill in whatever you're filling, your application, diligently, properly. Okay, do not make mistakes there. Once you are done with that, focus on clearing prelims, because I know mains is not that difficult. Last time I could not hold, some special sessions for them, but this time around I have the time, and they will be mains oriented sessions. You all have seen, especially in PSIR paper 2, that we had those answer writing modules. Within 60 seconds, folks were writing remarkable answers. We'll have all those practices. My humble request is please, please, please clear prelims. That should be the focus now. Once that is achieved, we'll think about mains. Once that is achieved, we'll think about interview. Once you're in the services, we'll think about something else. Okay. For now, have short-term goals, please. And be consistent. If you cannot find an intrinsic reason, think of any other reason. But have a reason that you have to now outperform everyone else in your prelims this time around. You're in your 20s. What philosophy right now? Yeah. You will find meaning in most meaningless things in life, and vice versa. Right now, just let's be practical for a few months. This is the time when we have to be practical. Of course, we have gone through the episodes, we've learned so many things, but now we have to work hard. But okay, Pradeep, what's your question?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm asking that I completed recently my master's in 2024, but my BS was not as good since it was in COVID-19. So should I go for mathematics optional or should I change it?
See, mathematics is very scoring. per my understanding. So is physics. But there are certain flaws with those subjects. First flaw is that, of course, you will not see overlaps with the GS, especially when you are preparing for your mains examination, those 4 or 5 days. Those who have those optionals that overlap heavily with your GS, they will find it easier. Many of the answers will come on your own. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. But if you're really good with mathematics, don't change it. But if you're having doubts about it, then pick something that overlaps. And by the way, those who have this analytical bent of mind of mathematics, physics, engineering, they really perform better than those who are from artsy background in the artsy subjects. An examiner also has to follow a pattern when they are checking your paper. Few checklists that they have to follow through, giving the marks. As long as you're following through on that pattern, you know what the examiner is thinking, you will get the marks. You should be in love with your optional paper. If you love international relations, if you love foreign policy, if you love politics, I love politics, I love IR. It impacts your life on a daily basis. Then the choice is easy. If you love history, choice is easy. Pick something that you find interesting. Or if you find everything interesting, then the choice is, what are the resources? The instructor, can I wrap it up in 2 months after my prelims? Which one is scoring? Then you can take a call. But choose your optional, take 4 or 5 days, see which one makes sense, debate, and then the next few days, fill in the form and stick with that optional paper. Manasvi?
Hi,
Yes.
am I audible? So, sir, my question is, should I continue studying? My optional is PSIR and I have completed paper 1. So, should I continue studying right now or I should completely focus on prelims?
Good question. Now, to all those who have chosen their optional paper, have studied it in bits and pieces, have watched at least 20 episodes of PSIR. Now, don't stress about the optional paper. The focus should now be tilted towards your prelims paper. No matter what, now you have to crack that prelims paper. It's a qualifying paper. Okay. After you're done with prelims, you can come back to optional paper preparation. Do it entirely. And those 7 seasons could be wrapped up easily within 2 months, multiple times. And the best part is, you have all the questions and answers, the frameworks, the format that you have to rely on. So now the goal should be on your prelims. Clear it. And for prelims, focus on 3 things. Number 1, my expectation is almost all of you would have gone through those MisFits episodes at least once. At least once. It is fine if you don't revise those episodes. That's totally fine. But you should have gone through those episodes at least once. That's the core foundation. If you've gone through those episodes once, learning things on your own will become much, much, much easier. At least once, diligently. Once that is done, focus on your official UPSC papers. For CSC, for CTS, for CAPF, any exam that UPSC has conducted in the past 10, 15 years. I've discussed in one of the classes how to solve those papers. You need to understand why UPSC asked this. So you look at a question, you make a conjecture, and discuss, debate, spend 5 minutes per question. What went right, what went wrong, why you could not get it right. If you stumble upon a new concept, make a note of it. Have a separate book, learn about that. make sure that you download 35 question test papers from any test series, freely available these days. Could be Vision IIS, could be anything. Doesn't matter. The reason is if you are solving those MCQs exactly the way I've told you in those episodes in MisFits, you will be done with your current affairs also in MCQ format. Okay? But do it, solve it exactly the way I've told you. Do not make the mistake of sitting and then taking out 2 hours and solving 100 questions and forgetting about it, calculating your marks. I don't care about those marks. Even if you're getting 0 score, that's fine. Your purpose should be to solve 3,000 questions. And when you solve those 3,000 questions, you will make conjectures per question. And then you will analyze what went right, what went wrong. If you can do these 3 things, MisFits episodes at the foundations, and through those episodes also you will be solving many official papers. And then 3,000 MCQs. Per MCQ solve, take 4 to 5 minutes. It is okay, you may stumble upon a new concept, make a note of it, learn about it. In the world of perplexity, ChatGPT, so easy to now learn the entire concept. At every cost, avoid crash courses, shortcuts, avoid free YouTube videos. Of course, those videos can help you, but it will also drain you. Will keep on changing your methods and preparation style. To all those who had cleared their prelims last year, follow on the same method what you followed to last year. But you cannot be solving questions endlessly if your foundations are weak. Therefore, MisFits episodes form the foundation. You cannot proceed without it. There is absolutely no substitute for strong conceptual piece. And also, you have to attempt, at least plan to attempt all 100 questions per test paper. I know, if you go into the examination hall, you're solving 50 questions, leaving 50 questions, you will not clear the exam. Because you will make some mistakes. In your mains examination, if you're leaving questions, not even attempting them, you will not clear. I can give in writing. In this examination, you're rewarded for taking risks. In the interviews, many idiots, they say, I don't know, sir, this answer, I'll read about it. That's not what they want to hear. They want to hear the conjectures that you can make. Any misfitter who's appearing for the interview, they're making conjectures. And that is impressing the board. You want to form those conjectures in the mains examination also. Daisy wrote the mains examination. She tells me that perhaps this time I cleared the examination because I wrote answers to the questions I don't even know. Questions were random. She attempted them, logics, rational. So you have to make some calculated guesses, well-formed conjectures in your prelims also. And that practice will start from, let's say, from 2 weeks later now. Every day you have to solve, say, 30, 40 questions on daily basis. You wake up, the goal is simple, you do test paper 1. It's okay if you don't know the answer, that's fine, but you will learn the concepts. You'll make mistakes, that's fine, but learn things. Do not calculate your cutoffs. That's nonsense. Even if you're getting 0 marks, every test paper that you're solving, but if you're learning things, that's good. And re-revise those test papers until the last day of your prelims. Foundations would be done, core subjects would be done, current affairs would be done that way. That is how not just you, many clear prelims. It's not that difficult. Unnecessarily people complicate it. In the examination hall, read the questions well. Read the instructions. fill in those bubbles diligently. So prelims is easy, okay? You just have to follow on these 3 processes. Step 1, MisFits episodes, foundations. Even if you've gone through those episodes once, that is fine, good. Because at a foundational level, you can now learn things better on your own. That was the purpose. You can make some conjectures. Okay, and then you solve 10 to 15 years and past year question papers. And of course, 3,000 papers from this year of any test series of your choice, whichever is freely available. Any questions up until now? To all those who are eligible, you have to write the examination prelims this time. I will personally make sure that you are clearing the mains. So get rid of all the doubts that you will not clear mains. It's fine. If you are for PSIR, no, I mean, we can work out things. But for GS also, I'm giving you my word. I'll work with you. Just clear prelims. Tanu, what's your question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So my question was about the sociology option that I have selected that I will go on with sociology as on my optional, but I'm not on the internet. There are abundance of resources, and to figure out which suits me best is very difficult for me.
Okay, so I cannot misguide you. I don't know about sociology.
Is that audible?
Yes, you are audible. So I will not misguide you. I don't know about sociology. It's a good optional. I agree. It also overlaps with your GS. But my expertise lie in PSIR. So I'll speak from my expertise. International relations, politics, that's my expertise. Of course, there's a lot of overlap with philosophers, Western philosophers, but not of that kind. When we study Machiavelli, when we study Plato, Aristotle, we study them from a different lens. Not the way you will study in sociology. So we are now going in with the assumption that your optional is sorted for whatever reasons you're opting for it. Now the questions are around prelims. How can we clear it? To all those with PSIR, 2 months more than enough to crack it. Don't stress. And for others also, it's not that difficult. Rely on previous year question papers for your optional also. Have some frameworks that you will use no matter what. It's all about fetching marks in such papers. Payodi?
Good evening, sir, first of all. Sir, I have doubt regarding CSAT since I'm not from a maths background. I last studied maths in my class 10th. And I don't recall actually maths that really well. I'm good with accounting and stuff, but not with hardcore maths, which is coming in CSAT. So that's
Tanmay,
my...
how was your CSAT? Was it easy this time? Difficult?
Sir, it was easy. Like I had done CAT also, so like it is almost similar. So I didn't prepare for it separately, but like it would come.
My understanding is, number one, it's a qualifying paper, and especially after 2023 fiasco, UPSC has learned a lesson. They want to avoid court cases. So the way it is and the way it should be, they're basically checking whether can you comprehend things or not. If you can comprehend the newspaper after you're done with the episodes, at least the English section should be sorted for you. Conjectures are what you're making in English. For things around mathematics, there are certain topics that they always ask. Number system, time, speed, distance, progressions, probability, PNC. Solve 30 questions per topic. Medium, hard, difficult. Of course, you will make mistakes, learn, cram. Okay, so just identify those core areas that UPSC is testing multiple times in CSAT. And if you are struggling with CSAT, I think you can start, practicing 5 questions on daily basis. Have achievable targets. 30 questions GS, 5 questions CSAT from tomorrow onwards on daily basis. And by 5 questions, I mean mathematics questions for now, because English should be easy for misfitters. Anything you add, Sanjay, for CSAT?
Specifically for CSAT, I would say, like, when you're solving it, start with English first, because English takes a lot of time. You have to read through it, and when your mind is fresh, you can like go through the passage quite quickly. When you come to the end of like your paper, you would panic, and so I would like just suggest this, that complete your English first and then switch to mathematics.
Okay, it's a good suggestion, but it's also very contextual. Some like to mix and match. There's all like 3 English, 2 math, 3 English, 2 math. Some start with mathematics because that's their strength. Some do with English, that's their strength. So it's always contextualize it for yourself. No hard and fast rules. Test taking strategies will do it before the exam, but for now we want to prepare for it. Ajit.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, sir. So I am facing difficulties in staying consistent because I have to travel every month at least 2 times because I am working with a grassroots organization. So when I am in the office or my ideal place, I am consistent. I does my work. But when I am traveling, I am really finding difficult. Right now, also I am in Pune for the NCS workshop, and again I have to travel in the after a week for some places. So it's really getting difficulties to complete the adequate syllabus before the prelims. So can I do this?
Okay. Yeah, so I think this is a good question for me because I also travel a lot, and many of the videos that you are seeing in Misfits, those were shot at multiple different locations, multiple different countries, multiple different time zones. So what the thing that works for me is that dedicate 3 hours out of your 24 hours for an activity that no one can touch except you. No distractions, nothing. The minute you wake up, you have to do this 3 hours. The way you brush, the way you eat, should become part of your routine. That is how you will maintain, develop your consistency. So if you're working, once a month or twice a month, that's not an issue. You travel. So my advice would be that, before you go to office, you get things sorted. That's the time when you have things on your hand. But once you're in the office politics kicks in. Then you may think about it. It will ruin your evening. You will hardly study. Even if you study, you will not grasp things. So do things before your office. That is important. Okay, so there should be some time when you should not be disturbed by your bosses. What's your time when you should not be disturbed?
I think after 6 o'clock or something.
6 o'clock? What 6 o'clock? AM or PM?
PM.
That's it? That's a small request from your boss?
Or maybe early in the mornings.
Okay. No, I'm not awake around that time, so you are on your own. Okay, good. Please make sure that 3 hours, that's out of 24 hours, 3 hours for yourself. And if your boss like me, if disturbing, you can say that, 6 to 10, I don't work. But after 10, I will work to the best of my abilities. No complaints at all from my end. And do work. You will feel happy also. After your job, go work out, come sleep. You wake up, you do again 4-5 hours of marathon. This preparation will make you a warrior in life. That's a warrior's train. Philip,
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, is it good to go with a prefix mindset that I should attempt this minimum number of questions so that I could able to clear my prelims if few questions may go wrong?
hold on. You will attempt every question. I know it's a controversial advice, but that's my advice. That is how you should prepare. You will learn to make conjectures and you will make conjectures based on whatever you know. Look at the marking scheme of your examination. I know I hate this. I've said this multiple times to my friends in the UPSC, to my friends in civil services. They're testing out luck in your paper one. 100 questions data set, that is it. There's element of luck. There's mass scale elimination happening, not selection in your prelims. They're not selecting you, they're eliminating you. 100 questions. The many toppers, I think Chandraprabha got decent rank last year. This was her last attempt. First time she cleared her prelims. Was she bad? No. So the goal should now be to maximize your luck. How will that happen? And you attempt more things. You get more marks for the right answer. You get penalized less for the wrong answer. For many of the questions, and I can again tell you, and you can come back to this recording when time permits of your prelims, you will make careless mistakes also for the questions that you know. So you cannot be 100% sure that whatever you attempted is right. So you have to prepare with this mindset. I will have a session with you before your prelims. We'll discuss a few hacks before that. But for now, the preparation should be that I have to attempt 100% of questions. I will not leave anything. I will not leave medieval history. I will not leave environment. I will do everything. And you will do everything. Why? Because 3,000 questions is what you will prepare. We'll download those test papers. Those test papers will ensure that you have done the syllabus at least once. You have some knowledge about everything. And because you've gone through the foundation episodes, you can also make conjectures. You can learn things better. You can learn things quicker. Your foundational clarity. You will not clear the examination if you're leaving questions. You can clear, but less likely. How many did you attempt, Tanmay?
Sir, I completely agree with you on this point, and this is what I had suggested few other students as well who contacted me after prelims. I attempted close to 95 to 98 questions, and 15, 20, 30 out of those were questions about which I had no idea. So this is what I have been suggesting to other people as well. Attempt more questions, at least 90 plus.
In mains examination, people have different strategy. They say that, I will write good quality answers, will leave the answers that I have no clue. Again, suicide. That's how you ruin your chances. You're competing for every mark. How can you leave? You cannot leave any question. Remember how we began our journey. You have to fetch our rank. No one will give you rank to fetch. So you will less decisions now. You will attempt everything. You will do everything. How will you do it? 3 steps. Step 1, foundational MisFits episodes. Step 2, PYQs. Step 3, 3,000 MCQs of this year from any test series of your choice. Okay, so, and we'll have some session before your prelims. After you're done with your prelims, take a break for 3-4 days, not more. Don't overdo it. You're in rhythm already. Okay. And by break, I mean you strategize. Don't go to Goa. Don't go to Himalaya. You just have 2 months after your prelims. Strategize. Focus time on strategies. Sharpen your knife. What are the resources that I will study? What are the subjects I will focus on? I have limited time. How will I dedicate that time? So my advice would be, after your prelims, focus on 3 critical aspects. First and foremost, undoubtedly your optional paper, if your optional paper overlaps heavily with GS. If it's PSIR, if it's history, if it's geography, but yeah, of that kind. Focus on that. The goal should be that in the next 2 months, I have to prepare in a way that I'm scoring 310 plus in my optional paper. Doable. Because if you're scoring 310 plus in your optional paper, that overlaps heavily with your GS also. You will perform really well in your paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. You can write something. Aspect 2 would be essay. Aspect 3 would be ethics. Clear? And the most important aspect would be that you have to write those answers in battle format. Last 10 days should be dedicated to writing answers. Every day you wake up, you write the exam, you write for 3 hours, take a break, then you write for 3 hours in session. Do that practice. Many will not do that practice, and they will go and write the mains examination, thinking that they will clear the examination. No. Even before going to the examination hall, you should know that you are clearing it. Why? Because you have practiced so hard. Doesn't matter if I sleep or not. I will still outperform others. If I have, if I have pain, I will take painkillers. If I have fever, I will take some medicines, and I will write the examination. No if and but. For mains, this time around, I will have some sessions for you. Last year, this was not there, but this time I have to do it. That's because that should be the easiest stage for all the misfiters. 100% of you should be clearing it, clearing your mains. And then, of course, interviews will have sessions. By the way, to all those who have cleared your state services examinations and have your interview scheduled, inform us because we are also, yeah, I'm working with few of you already for your interviews. I don't want to redo things. Okay, so I think I do know few names. Just write to Archita. And Archita, please add them for the session 5th that we have. It's only for interviews, not for your mains or prelims. Only for interviews. Be it UPSC, be it CAPF, be it your BRPSC. Madhu, what's your question?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So basically, I come from background with no foundation in all these subjects. So basically, I've started preparing. Considering your lectures are very gripping, but I'm finding it difficult to maintain the consistency, considering the fact that my job demands late sittings a lot. Like I'm into R&D refrigerator department since 8 years. So sometimes I leave office by 8 or 9. So I'm trying to maintain the consistency, but I think I'll be able to do it. So my question is that earlier I thought of appearing in 2026, but yesterday I filled the form and I have decided to appear for this year prelims. So since somebody like me who has zero foundation, when should we include the PSIR or any optional subject lectures or preparations in our this journey? Like after maintaining certain foundation level, or should we include from the beginning itself?
Okay. Now, if you're appearing in 2025, my advice would be that before your 15th, or let's say, yeah, for your 15th, go through like 7 to 10 episodes of first season, so that you have some idea what you will study, what is the subject all about. After that, you will have to dedicate a lot of time after you're done with your prelims, and it is possible. So do not spend after 10th. I don't think you should spend time on your PSIR. Let's say 15th, until 15th, spend time on PSIR and continue with your GS. But no matter what, after 15th February, entire energy should be channeled at one thing: clear prelims at any cost. Okay. Once you have cleared your prelims, you can come back to those videos. It will be sorted. But then, of course, you will have to dedicate 6 hours after your prelims for your PSIR. Regarding your job, my advice would be again same: wake up at 4, wake up at 3, or whatever time. What time do you go to office?
Sir, I leave for office at around 8:30.
Okay. So in your case, wake up at 4 until 8, study, no distractions, nothing. 30 minutes, wrap it up and go to your office. Work hard over there. Come back, take care of your physical health, go to gym, badminton, whatever, sleep. Wake up, same routine. Within those 4 hours, you have to be extra efficient. So for now, because you're not worrying about your mains, don't worry about mains. Focus on these 4 subjects because we're starting it right now. Focus on polity, focus on geography, focus on economics, focus on history. That's it. Leave ethics for some other day. Other subjects, you will wrap it up anyway with your MCQs. But if you have the time, complete all the subjects except ethics, except everything except for mains. Okay. Non-negotiable are 3 things: MisFits foundational episodes for these 4 subjects, MCQs, and your 3000 MCQs test papers. Okay. And get rid of worries that I'm not prepared for my optional. What about my mains preparation? What else? Endless worries. Don't worry about that. Goal is simple: clear prelims. We'll take care of mains. Ashwini?
Hello, sir. That recently joined MisFits. Like, I started from January 15th. You said that we have to complete it by some of at least 50%, but I was not able to do it because, as in when you asked questions, I have to stop and lectures would drag for some of the time. So now, focusing completely on prelims, like by what time approximately should we wrap up at least one time the misfits lectures, and then we go to
Got it.
the
Doing it for the first
question
time?
paper.
If you're doing it for the first time, then I think 15 March, 15th April. Yeah, I think doing it for the first time by 15th April, wrap up 4 subjects: polity, history, geography, economics. And after this, when you pick up your MCQs, 3000 MCQs per paper, you may score 0 marks or 2 marks or 5 marks. That's fine. But now the thing is, how do you tackle that? How do you learn the concepts? How do you apply the knowledge? So 15th April should be a deadline. By that time, you should wrap up all the 4 subjects at least. And it is possible. Do not, rush to solve papers if you're not done with the foundations. You will not be able to learn things because more than the question, you spend time in analyzing the answers also when you are going through the MCQs. Learning will become much easier if you're done with foundation at least once. Prabhat?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to know, is there anyone who is facing this OTR problem while filling the form? I mean, I've been trying to just, log in, but it is not happening. So, is there anyone who's facing the same problem?
Anyone facing that same problem? Sanjeev?
Not the same problem, but I'm not able to save my personal information. So I'm able to enter it, but it doesn't get saved.
So, how you're managing it? I mean, how will you do it?
I know I just found that problem a few minutes ago, so I'm gonna try
Okay.
again tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, so these are operational issues that you should check with the government. Venkat has a solution.
Yes, do only
Okay.
after 10 o'clock in the night. It will work, it will be very fast. Otherwise, it will stuck. It took almost 4.5 hours for me to complete the application. I had to spend entire noon to do it. Many pages, sometimes pages doesn't respond, sometimes pages just gets closed, crashes, logs out. So ideal way, only after 10 o'clock late night.
Okay. So today, so this time, perhaps there will be less candidates, right? Depending on the examination. Okay. Kanjula, what's your question?
Oh, sir, I'm audible.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I have joined MisFits in March 2024. So actually, we are getting this deep dive Zoom classes every Thursday, like every alternate Thursday, first and third Thursday by Satakshi ma'am. By this March, I'll not be able to join again. So if possible, ma'am already informed that if you crack prelims, then for that candidates in that main spirit also will give deep dive classes. But if possible, please give us for April also just 2 classes more. See if you can.
Okay, I don't know about that, but if you clear prelims, you will get my classes that we'll have live. So yeah, focus on clearing prelims. You will have all my support. Why would we not support you? The purpose is to ensure that you clear the examination. That's how we will survive. Okay, so you'll have all my support. Clear the prelims, and then we'll clear mains. Then, of course, interview should be the easiest. Okay, so with this, we wrap up today's session. It was not networking in the truest sense because we had no breakout rooms. But I wanted to, meet you all. It's been a while and clarify many doubts that you may have. Good luck, take care, and I wish you all the best. Okay, follow through.